The West African nation of Niger has a new leader after the military coup in the country. Now, Niger's pushes have named an army general as the new leader. The head of the Presidential Guard, General Abdourahamane Tiani, made the statement on television. The world leaders are constantly condemning the military coup, but General Tiani has defended the actions of his armed forces and has said that the forces were motivated by the desire to preserve their homeland and nothing more.
Le mercredi 26 juillet 2023.
On Wednesday, July 26, 2023, security forces gathered within the CNSP to put an end to the regime of the 7th Republic. The action of the CNSP is motivated by the sole desire to preserve our beloved homeland. On the one hand, in the face of the continuous deterioration of the security situation of our country, and this without the fallen authorities letting us glimpse a real situation to the crisis, poor economic and social governance.
On the other side, President Mohamed Bazoum's whereabouts are still unknown. It is being speculated that the president has been detained by the country's elite troops. The President Bazoum had assumed office in 2021. It was the country's first democratic transfer of power, following years of military coups since its independence from France way back in 1960. On the other hand, France, the country's former colonial power, has called for Bazoum's immediate release and for return to the constitutional order. The France's Foreign Minister Catherine Colonna said that Niger's President Mohamed Bazoum is in good health. The Russian Foreign Ministry has also expressed its support for the restoration of constitutional order in the uranium-rich nation. The US Secretary of State Antony Blinken has called for the immediate release of President Bazoum. Previously, it was speculated that the Russian mercenary group Wagner had been operating in the country. However, during a press briefing on Thursday, the White House spokesperson said that the United States has not seen any credible indication of involvement by Russia or the Russian Wagner group in the coup.
To your question about Russia, Putin, I know there's been question about Wagner Group as well. Until now, we have not seen incredible indications of Russian or Wagner involvement. But to the U.S. citizens who are in the country, we again continue to tell them to be mindful, to be careful. And as I just stated, we did put out an alert yesterday.
Meanwhile, a Russian organization affiliated with the Wagner Group has shared a message in which they described events in Niger as a movement against the colonizers. The United States considers the Officers' Union for International Security as a front company for Wagner in the Central African Republic. Reports also suggest that the message was not just attributed to the Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin, but the voice in the audio highly resembled that of Yevgeny Prigozhin. Now, over the years, Western nations have poured considerable resources into Niger. The resources were given to combat the growing insurgency by the Islamist groups. The army, for its part, has promised to correct the poor economic and social decisions, but experts are extremely skeptical. Because if Niger has learned anything from its past coups, it is simply that the military is hungry for power and not necessarily for governance and accountability. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.